Hi there, and thank you so much for joining me today. Since the Astrolab 37 came out, some folks have been asking me if I thought this would make a good pairing with the MPC Live 3. So I figured, why not take them out for a spin and make a cover of one of my all-time favorite songs, Fix You by Coldplay. Now, what's funny and magical about music is how much its meaning can change depending on the particular moment of your life that you're listening to it. When this song just came out, I was going through some pretty rough heartbreak, and back then, I thought the lyrics were about not getting what I wanted out of life and love, no matter how hard I tried. Fast forward 20 years later, and I heard this song again recently, and now all I could think about was of my kids. When I hear the lyrics, I feel like it's me talking to them as an old man, telling them that life won't always go their way, but when everything fails around them, they can always come back home and I'll do my best to fix them. What's so cool about all this is that the song hasn't changed. It's just me. Anyway, enough about that. First things first, there are 4 things I really need to nail here for this thing to work. The first 3 are the core sounds that make this song for me, which are the organ preset, the guitar riff tone, and the effects treatment for the vocals. The most heavily orchestrated part of the song is the climax, so I'm going to start out with that. To have a sort of guide track, I'm going to make a new plugin track with the piano preset on the MPC, and I'm going to play in the chords in the progression using the Astrolab just as a MIDI USB controller. I'm going to go into main, new track, plugin, and there's my piano. And one of my favorite presets on this thing, I think it's in Atmos. Yes, here it is. Shimmer. MPC has some great piano presets. Okay, so we have a nice starting point, and I'm gonna go for a clip here. This is supposed to be in 138. Okay, I'm gonna give myself 8 bars here. I'm not sure if they changed the screen on the new model. It's just more responsive thanks to the new hardware, but editing MIDI on this is just a breeze. Okay, so although the MPC has a very decent organ VST on board, I got access to Arturia's amazing organ presets right here thanks to the Astrolab. So I'm gonna see what we find here. And I'm gonna make a new audio track, no MIDI input here whatsoever. So I'm gonna go into main, new track, and select audio. Let's see, we got monitoring in. I'm going to go into my presets here, organ. That might be. I need a bit more high end here. Ooh. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm liking it. I'm digging it. So let's record this baby in. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So next is the guitar riff that comes in when the song kicks into gear after the soft intro. Now, though I could try to make the effects track directly on the MPC, I'm going to make my life easier by just grabbing my handy dandy HX Stomp XL, which is a multi-effects pedal that I'll use with my Telecaster. Okay, so what I'm using here has an amp, a cabinet, some nice overdrive, and a smidge of delay and reverb. Now, what's very interesting about this riff is that it seems very simple to play because it's just like 3 notes, but it's really powerful. It has some like very cool feel to it, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually be able to pull it off, but we'll try. So I'm gonna make a new audio track. Okay, and okay, I think I got it. Seems so simple. Yeah, I think we got it. Okay, one of the things that I don't like about recording this in clips instead of just one long take is that I get those big silences when the clip restarts. So one thing that I try to do to mask that is I add a few effects like reverb and delay, and I also fade in and fade out the edges. Fade in, fade out, so it's not so abrupt. Hopefully when the drums come in and when everything's going on, it won't be as noticeable as it is right now. Oh, and funny thing, When learning this song, I was surprised to see that most of the chord charts were presented as C major scale, when the original is actually in E flat major. I guess it's easier to play guitar and piano that way, but I do prefer to challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone, and maybe I can learn something in the process and become a more versatile musician. If you're looking to increase your musical IQ, Skillshare wants to give you 1 month free access to all of their available classes. Skillshare offers multiple classes in varied subjects and covers everything from music theory to content creation, business management, and beyond. Best part of it is, the classes themselves are taught by actual experts, world-class creatives, and people who are at the top of their game in each of their respective fields. I've personally been using Skillshare for years now, and it's helped me to learn everything from music production to video editing, and I'm currently using it to brush up on my music theory, which is always helpful if you want to get a clearer understanding of what musical ideas work and why. Skillshare offers creative classes of all difficulty levels for hobbyists, creative professionals, and everyone in between. As you probably know by now, just watching tutorials isn't enough to learn a new skill, and that's why Skillshare's classes have projects for you to complete and actually see your progress as you move forward. In this holiday season, Skillshare can also be an amazing gift for someone you know that might be needing that final push to start their creative journey. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Plus, you can give Skillshare memberships to your friends and family. Get started today. Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Okay, so before I move on to the vocals, I'm gonna lay down the drums for this part, and I need some organic drum kits, and hopefully the drum pattern isn't too hard for me to finger drum in, because I'm not the world's most expert finger drummer out there. So I'm gonna go into my drum track, and let's see what we can find. Drums. Retro drum kits. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I need more drums here. Okay, let's try this one out. Okay, awesome. So now we can get to the cool stuff, which is the vocal harmonies. Now, as always, I'll be using the onboard mic on the MPC, and I'll be singing very softly and quietly in the intro, and then a lot louder in the chorus. So the first thing that I need in order to get those nice crispy vocals is a compressor. So I'm gonna go into audio track. First, I'm going to go for a compressor, which should be in dynamics. Yes, air compressor. Now, I'm just going to find, yeah, this should do, classic. Now, the next step is I want to give myself a nice singing and playing piano alone in the church kind of feel. And I'm going to add Air Reverb Pro and Air Delay Pro, two of my favorite all-time plugins here. Boom, Air Reverb Pro, nice. And I'm going to turn the mix a bit down, around 40% maybe. Yeah, that's nice, and I'm gonna keep it there. Yeah, I like that. And I'm gonna add some Air Delay Pro. That might be a bit too much. So I'm gonna turn this all the way down, maybe like 32%, and a little less feedback. Yeah, that should be better. Now, for the climax of the song to really work, I need it to feel like it's a chorus of people singing, and I could use the vocal harmonizer for that, but I'd be missing out on those little imperfections of actually singing the other parts in. This is what I love about the MPC Live 3, the 16 audio tracks, because now I can just record those vocal harmonies without being afraid of running out immediately as I used to do when I had only 8 tracks. So let's go ahead and start recording those different harmonies. So I'm going to duplicate this track. Okay, so the last little detail that I want to add to this is a bit of a choir in the build-up. And even though the MPC has a very nice mellotron, it does have a very mellotron-y vibe or sound, very sample-like, and I want something more organic. And again, Astrolab 37 comes to the rescue because this thing has some of the best choirs out there. For example, yeah, that's going in. We're going to double that 1 octave up. Ooh, nice. Check out some other choruses that we can add in here. Return of the Angels. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely going in there. This is turning out way better than I thought it would. Okay, so we have our organ, we have our guitar, and our vocals. But remember when I said we needed 4 things for this cover to work, and that 4th thing is the feel, or soul of the song. I find it's harder to really pour in your emotions into a song when everything is being played pre-recorded in the background. So I'm going to be playing the intro live on the piano, using the Astrolab as a MIDI controller when I sing, using the piano plugin of the MPC. That way, it's not going to be perfect, and I can give a few accents here and there when it feels right. The other thing I don't like about doing things this way is that the keys on the Astrolab, being mini keys, have short travel and hard suspension, so it does have a bit of a clackety-clack, and the mic, being sensitive as it is, does tend to pick that up, but here's hoping that it's not too much of a distraction. Before I do play you out, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, or at least entertaining. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. Stuck in reverse, and the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Tears streak down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears streak down your face. I promise you I will learn from my mistakes. Tears streak down your face, and lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.